Hello and welcome to another week of the Power of Positive Thinking. My name is Emily Whelan and I'm here to help you learn how to grow and develop a more positive mindset. And this week's topic is all about how to handle life-changing events. So big life changes that happen to sneak up upon you when you least expect it. So whether it's changing your career or starting a new job, or maybe the end of a job or losing your current job, whether it maybe be the start of a brand new relationship or maybe it's the end of a relationship, whether it's marriage, maybe a birth, the death of a loved one, or even being involved in an accident or coming into ill health. Maybe you're moving home or you're building a new home, or maybe you've lost your home, or you might even be moving to a new country altogether. The point is, I guess, is that life is very unpredictable at times, and sometimes these events just, sneak up upon us, and, we're going to face many ups and downs in our journey of life, and very often we have no control over these situations. This can be very stressful and difficult to come to terms with. These life-changing events can be scary, overwhelming, as your life could sometimes seem like it's just been flipped upside down. But they can also be exciting, joyful and exhilarating. It really is an emotional roller coaster of mixed feelings sometimes. But on a personal note, I wanted to share some big life changes that are actually happening in my own life right now, and that's becoming a new mum for the first time. And also how I'm learning how to cope and manage with many of these new changes with the hopes that it might inspire you and help you also. So we have all experienced some kind of life changes throughout our lives, but I think for me, personally becoming a first-time mum has to be one of the biggest life changes that I've come to experience. There is so much happening within the body and the mind. There's hormonal changes that affect your mood and your emotional well-being. There's also the physical changes as you go through pregnancy and your body adapts to accommodating this new baby that you're going to be growing. It truly is an amazing experience. And it really is, quite overwhelming at times. It's a mixed bag of emotions, but not only for you, but also for your partner as well. All of a sudden, you're completely responsible for this tiny little human being in your life that is totally reliant on you. And it can be very scary, but also very exciting all at the same time. So obviously, it is going to take some time to adjust to my new role as being a first-time mum. And it's definitely not something that I can schedule and plan into my diary as I'm so used to doing. So I guess for me right now, and I suppose the fact that it's still very early days for me, my time is not my own anymore, and that's a big adjustment for me because I was used to having, all day, every day, no responsibilities, having time to do my journaling in the morning, to plan and schedule my week, to do my yoga, to do my meditation, and all of a sudden now, I kind of all of that has been put to one side as I adjust. But I think the thing to remember is that it is just a period of adjustment, and not to get too overwhelmed and not allow myself to get too overwhelmed with that. And it's just going to take a little bit of time for myself and little Amelia to get into this new routine that will hopefully suit us both in time. And I just acknowledge that I just need to let go of that for now, and for the next while just focus on embracing this new chapter in my life. Even though I do have some secret visions of me and Amelia practicing yoga and meditation together at some point in the not so distant future. So whatever big life changes you're currently experiencing right now, I would just like to share a few of my own ideas and a few of my own tips that are hopefully going to help support you during this time. So number one, and that's learn to face your fears head on. Change is very scary at first, but it's only because it's so new and pushes us outside our comfort zone, and we haven't yet experienced what our life might be like with all of these new changes, and until we adapt and grow along with these new experiences. It's the unknown that we fear. The mind has a tendency to think worst case scenario when we're faced with these new challenges, so just be aware of this. Try and reframe your thoughts around this and turn your fears into a more positive experience by learning to face your fears head on. And I love this quotation by Napoleon Hill, which reads, "Fear is nothing but a state of mind. We can choose a different state of mind." Number 2 is feel your feelings. So whether this be sadness, overwhelm, fear, or maybe it's joy or excitement, just allow yourself to experience those feelings. Sit with these feelings rather than run away from them. It's very easy to distract ourselves from what actually is going on in our lives and where we need to be putting our attention. You might even come to realise that it's not so bad after all. And there's a lovely book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers, so you might even consider getting yourself that book and having a little read. Number 3 is embrace change rather than resist it. When we resist, we struggle with that. We are experiencing pain. And I just have another lovely quotation I'm going to read for you. And that's, resistance is thought transformed into feeling. Change the thought that creates the resistance, and there is no more resistance. And that's by Robert Clonkin. So something to think about. Number 4, take one day at a time. So simple, but really worth remembering on a daily basis. And that's what I'm doing right now myself. I'm just taking one day at a time. I'm focused on the present moment and being in the here and the now. There really is no point on dwelling on the past and even worrying about future events that haven't even happened yet. Number 5 is talk it out. Talk to a friend, maybe a family member that you can express how you're feeling and share some of your concerns. After all, a problem shared is a problem halved, and I always feel better once I've spoken to somebody that I can trust, and also that somebody that's not going to judge me either. But if you don't feel comfortable talking to a friend or family member, maybe you can talk to a support group or contact an organisation or somebody local, like a counsellor in your area. So again, it's really, really important, and don't be afraid to talk it out. So lastly, I would just like to finish and say that yes, change can be very scary and it can be very difficult, but not all change is bad. Sometimes these changes can actually be a blessing in disguise. And just remember that none of us are fortune tellers, and we can't predict whether these life changes are going to have a positive or negative impact on our lives. After all, life is a gift, and sometimes we need reminding to live in the moment and embrace each and every day, to trust and allow our lives to naturally unfold, and just let go of how we think our lives should unfold, and to remind ourselves that we are exactly where we are meant to be in our lives right now. This is your life journey, and every step you have taken has shaped you into the amazing person that you are today. It's your unique journey of becoming you. And each step into the unknown is bringing you closer to yourself and this wonderful life you get to experience. And now I would love to hear from you. So tell me, have you ever experienced big life changes? And how did you handle them? Have you any tips or advice that you can share with me and others? Comment in the comment section below and let's get a conversation going. You can also visit my website www.emilywhelancoaching.com and leave a comment there. As always, it is lovely to be here and share my ideas with you. I hope this has helped you in some way. Please share this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye bye for now.
Oh, no.